Good morning, happy Sunday. It is 8:15. We've been up, well, I've been up awake since about 7, but I've only just sort of got up out of bed. But I'm just vlogging to say I feel quite thirsty. I think what I'm going to do, because I really fancy a cup of tea, I'm going to have a cup of tea, but not any breakfast yet. And then see how we go. But yeah, had a good night's sleep, but I still feel tired. I think you can give yourself £1 for every time I say I'm tired, and then you'll be rich. How soon before you get fed up of this handheld selfie camera type of angle? It is 8 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 8:10. The clock stopped. If you listen, you can't hear the ticking. Andrew's just taken the dogs out. Because obviously I'm not ready yet to go out for a walk. I will probably take them again this morning just to get myself out of the house. Anyway, I just wanted to say again, I kind of forgot to say yesterday, I did not have a morning or afternoon snack yesterday. Now, on a weekend, I'm not in as much of a regime as I am on a weekday. So not having a morning snack is not unusual, and not having an afternoon snack is quite unusual. But I was busy. I took the dogs out for a long morning walk, and I taped that video in the afternoon and uploaded it straight away. So I think when I'm busier in general, if I keep myself busy, I don't eat, I don't snack. But I didn't even think about it yesterday. So I think if I'd been doing Slimming World, I would have found time to sit down with a coffee and a banana or something, but I didn't even think about it. And then we come to this morning. I have never been a person who skips breakfast or thinks about doing that, what do you call it? When you don't eat breakfast and you don't start eating until lunchtime. What do you call it? You'll know what I mean. I have never been a person who considers that. I have always woken up and wanted to eat breakfast, especially with start taking the dogs out and starting work most days at 9 o'clock. I had planned a bacon and egg sandwich, but I just don't feel like that. I fancy something like a chicken and bacon wrap. So I think I'm going to have that at lunchtime. And I think I'm just going to have some yogurt granola and yogurt muesli and berries. But I don't fancy the whole 40 grams of muesli that I had yesterday. And I have to kind of remember that I'm not forced to have the whole Slimming World measurement of 45 grams of muesli. I can have whatever I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get dressed, clean my teeth, whatever, and then I'm going to measure out some breakfast. Is it interim fasting? Something like that. But I've never been a person who considered that anyway. I'm definitely going to have a little bit of something, but probably not as much as I would have had on a normal day. almost 9 o'clock. Andrew's back with the dogs, so I'm going to annoy him by watching Casualty. He's muttering in the background. And I've got my breakfast. It's different to what I planned. I planned a bacon and egg sandwich, but I will eat something like that at lunchtime. And I have got a smaller portion than yesterday, but the same breakfast. So I've got a Lindal's K-Vag Cafe Latte. I've got quite a small amount of Greek yogurt just to help loosen the K-Vag a little bit. 20 grams of high fibre Marks and Spencer's muesli. If you are on Slimming World, this is a healthy extra B. I'm not going to keep saying that, but I just want to tell you, this is the best muesli you're going to get that is Slimming World friendly. And I'll just leave it at that. And then raspberries, blueberries and strawberries. And as I say, it's definitely a smaller portion than yesterday. And it is, including the tea and coffee, which is there, 261 calories. So that's my breakfast. Don't think you've seen me dressed yet this morning, but I am dressed. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to head into town to sort my phone out. I probably won't get as many steps in today because Andrew's already taken the dogs out. So I'm going to go to town, do a bit of shopping, get a few steps in. I'm going to go to Aldi and pick up a few things, and then probably Sainsbury's to see if they've got any clothes and underwear that I need. If not, I'll just get it off Amazon. I'm feeling pleasantly full after that breakfast, and like I say, it was about half the calories of the breakfast I had yesterday, and I'm still feeling satisfied. I'll take my bottle of water into town with me, but I'm not feeling like I need a snack or anything at the moment. And too much information. We'll talk about poo and periods. I'm quite happy with my bowel motions at the moment, and I've just seen that I've come on my period this morning. So that explains the fatigue and the headaches that I've had over the last couple of days. Over the last few years, I always have a headache and I'm really tired. So I'm actually even more pleased with how I ate yesterday now, because usually when I'm due on, I start eating like loads of sweet stuff and that, and perhaps that explains why I wanted the school cake bar and the cheddars last night. But anyway, they were low calorie, I ate them, I enjoyed them, and I'm feeling good so far today. So that's that. I'm going to go off into town. Don't know how much footage I'll get because it involves swapping over my phone, maybe, but we'll see how we go. Well, it's a bit of a failed trip into town really. It's about 10 to 11. It's really warm and sunny. I don't know what degree it is. The O2 shop is closed on Sundays. My fault for not checking. I've just been in Sainsbury's for some knickers. That was successful. But they didn't really have a good choice of, I want a couple more protein yogurts. They only had the K-Vags, which are nice, but I'm going to go to Aldi, I think. But I'm going to call into EE and see what they say. I've been with O2 for years, and they are adamant that a new SIM card with 5G compatibility will improve my signal issues. Well, they would say that, wouldn't they? And they're saying that in the places where I have no signal on their system, O2, it's showing a good signal, and I know it's a complete dead zone. But they're saying that this 5G SIM card would help. So if anybody knows about anything like that, I'd be grateful for you know, a little bit of info. I'm going to go to the EE shop. I probably won't buy anything because I do want to give O2 a fair chance. Somebody in the shop, you know, maybe I'm still just old enough to like going into a shop better than getting online. But anyway, that's it. If anybody knows anything about phone signal, especially in Selby, then let me know. And if you think getting a new SIM card would help. 12:15 and I'm back from town. It's very warm out there, probably already said that. Little haul from Sainsbury's. I got 2 packs of knickers, some nectarines, probably, there was a soft one I think, I'm going to have one of those after lunch, and some reduced raspberries. So that was Sainsbury's. Then Aldi, I would say, you know, some people say they go around the supermarket and they don't fancy anything. I have got a couple of things that I just saw and I fancied, so I haven't quite got that effect yet. So from Aldi, I got some whole milk for Andrew. So 2 chocolate yogurts or desserts. These are for Andrew. He loves these from Aldi. I got 5 sugar-free Red Thunder, which is Aldi's rip-off of Red Bull. 2 packs of thick cut unsmoked bacon. This is our favourite bacon in this house. We don't get it from anywhere else apart from Aldi. This is an impulse buy. 2 little bags of yoghurt snacks. So yoghurt coated raisins and strawberry yoghurt bites. I just really fancied them. And these as well were a bit of an impulse. Jelly and custard pots, full of sugar I presume and not much protein, but they're quite low calorie and I really like them. And then I got these to try. I know protein stuff is the latest fad, and I've been avoiding it till now, to be honest, apart from my K-bags and Greek yoghurt. But I thought I'd give in. I'm going to try one of these Broccoli strawberry pouches. And then I got a raspberry pot. They didn't have the salted caramel one that I've bought before that I really like. And then I bought a salted caramel protein mousse. 150 calories, 200 grams. Yeah, for a 200 gram pot, 150 calories and 10 grams of protein. And then I just treated myself to some house dressing. Now, I haven't bought dressing for Slimming World ever, so I'm going to see how I get on with things like that. And then I've got some light mayonnaise. I didn't want to get lighter than light because it's for me and Andrew, and I don't want to be getting really low fat stuff all the time, so I got light mayonnaise. And then these Cajun chicken breast fillets. These are really, really nice. They are a Slimming World friendly product, but because I enjoy them so much and I know they'll be good on the protein, I thought they'd make a nice, quick, easy meal. So whether I'll have that tonight or get something out of the freezer, I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to make some lunch now. 10 to 1 and my lunch is ready. I have got a Slimming World wholemeal wrap. I've had these in the freezer for ages. I tried one a while ago and I thought it was very dry. So I'm going to give them another chance with lots of salad cream, mayonnaise and beetroot. If I still don't like them, I will go and look for something else now. To be honest, I've never been 100% a wrap person. I do prefer bread or bread cakes, but I'm going to give it another chance and see. So I've got a bit of sweet and crunchy rainbow salad. I've got 2 of the Aldi Roosters chicken mini fillets. I've got 2 slices of bacon with the fat removed. And I've got some beetroot. I did get out the tomatoes and cucumber to have on the side, but I've either run out of energy to prepare anything more, or I just don't fancy it. I think there'll be more than enough here, to be honest, to fill me up. And I think I've got to realise at some point that I don't need to eat salad, speed food with every meal, whether that's a healthy idea or not. But there's some salad and that in here anyway. And then I've got the softest nectarine and a plum. Oh, and a Sprite 0 sugar. So I think it came to 520 calories. And I'm going to roll this up and go see how far I get with it. Enjoyed that. I don't think I'll ever be the biggest fan of wraps, but maybe I'll try a different brand, or I'll try the Slimming World white wraps or protein wraps or something. But they're not my favourite thing, but I did enjoy that, and I enjoyed the filling. So I have eaten it all, but I didn't manage all my fruit. I've got half the plum and half the nectarine left. I'm going to put this in the fridge. I'm not going to take it off my calories because I'll probably eat it later, especially the nectarine because it's really nice. I just can't manage it now. I'm going to get another bottle of water out of the fridge, have a chill out for a bit, and then either we'll both go or I'll take the dogs out for a walk in some shady woods. Good afternoon, it is about 3:30. I think I last checked in just after lunchtime, so we did take a good couple of hours chilling out, and Andrew said, do you want a cup of tea? And I said yes, so I had a cup of tea. Nothing with it, didn't need anything with it, and now I finally got my shit together and brought them out on a walk. It's quite warm, so we're in the shady woods, and I've got water, plenty of water. There's no pavement here or anything, so we'll just do a walk. I won't get anywhere near as many steps today, but sometimes Sunday is a lazy day. So yeah, we're just going to enjoy it. There seems to be quite a few people here, so we'll see. Come on, Peg. Good girl. Plenty of seats here. Whew. It's about a 45-minute walk all the way around. Maybe we'll go around twice, but it is quite warm, so we'll see. We are only going to go around once, the heat. But we'll just have to do some enrichment play later, won't we? What have you got, Charlie? Have you got a leaf? You got a leaf? And you can tell they aren't running about as much, and they're quite often behind me. So even in here it's warm. I think it's supposed to be about 26 degrees today. So we're just going to go around once. My steps will be down, but that's okay. Oh, even I can't muster up much of a pace today. Behind me again. Come on. Let's keep going. Right, I'm recording this in here because it's nice and quiet, and you can look in the background at the trees and listen to the birds if you get bored of listening to me. I just want to talk about my evening meal. Now obviously this could be classed as food noise. I must admit I'm not feeling particularly hungry. It's, what will it be now? I don't know what time it is, sorry. Probably about 20 minutes since the last clip. And I had my lunch at about 1 o'clock. It's maybe about 3:30 or something. My first thought was I'll have a little, you know, one of those mini Solera ice creams when I get home. And then, sorry, just looking for the dogs. I usually have my evening meal anytime between 5 and 7, probably earlier at weekends because you're not as busy, are you? Well, I'm not as busy at weekends. So I'm thinking I would like one of those Cajun chicken breasts from Aldi. What I really fancy is sweet potato, and I should have got one from Aldi this morning, but I didn't. There is a Tesco garage that I could stop at, but I can't be bothered. I fancy just a few chips. But now I'm wondering, should I have chips? Should I just see what I'm like with the chicken breast and a bit of salad? Or should I have sweet potato chips? Because I've got some of those, you know, the rice that you put in you put boiling water on and you cook it in the microwave. So it's not like the ready rice that you can just microwave, it's the dried rice. I've got a few packets of that from my Slimming World days. It is quite high calorie. Not sure on the protein because I've just checked it this morning and it's 220 calories for half a pack. But because I feel quite full, the stomach cramps have started. I just don't know whether I should be thinking like this all the time. What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? What do I fancy? But you've got to think about what you want to cook, haven't you? I don't know. But what I came on to ask actually is, what is the normal way to do homemade chips? Now, I've never done it Slimming World way, apart from way back in the very beginning when I used Frylight. But for years, because Frylight did ruin a couple of air fryers, we've used oil, and I've counted sins for it. much to the horror of some people who follow me from Slimming World, who follow Slimming World as well. So when you cook chips homemade in your air fryer, what do you use? Do you use spray oil? Do you use normal oil? Do you use low calorie spray or fry light? And is that the same? Is fry light the same as low calorie oil? And I'm not worried about calories or fat. Whatever I use, I will count in the calorie counting app. But I am just intrigued as to what is normal. I don't think I'll ever go back to using fry light though. But yeah, me and Andrew were just pondering about whether it's worth buying a spray bottle. I think we would probably use a little bit less. Andrew thinks he uses, because it's Andrew mostly who cooks the chips, whether they're sweet potato or normal potato. Andrew thinks he uses 2 teaspoons for both of us. I've asked him if he would put the chip basket on the scales, but I think that might be going a little bit too far. But I would be grateful if you'd let me know what you think is a normal, verging on trying to be healthy way to cook chips in an air fryer, and stop me obsessing about it, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I think that's what I fancy. I fancy the chicken breast, a few chips, and they'll have to be normal because I'm not stopping at a shop again to get a sweet potato, and a bit of salad, and probably either one of those protein things I bought, or a mini Solero. But I'm sort of more, I still have that full feeling in my throat that very, very, very mild, it's not even indigestion, it's just a full feeling here, and I feel like I've got a full stomach, but that could be coming on my period as well, because I'm like getting cramps and stuff now. But I'm not really thinking about chocolate or anything like that. I'm just thinking about my afternoon meal, and there you go. I've wabbled on for 7 minutes about that, so that's very boring. You're not going to be able to see the dogs, but they're behind me still. I know it's warm, we're nearly at the end now. Yeah, we need to go home and chill out, and we'll play some ball later. It's 6 o'clock. I've been back from the walk, maybe about an hour and a half. I've been laying on the bed for a bit, just chilling out, and then I've come down to make dinner, which I will show you in a bit. Can you hear the Actifry? But I just want to ask you about prepping meals, if you're on Mounjaro or any weight loss injection. Do you prep your meals? Do you wait till you feel hungry and then prep it? Because I'm a big prepper. It does come from Slimming World days, and obviously most of the time with Slimming World you know what measures you're allowed for a breakfast. Maybe that's just me, but I always knew that I was going to have a healthy extra beef for breakfast with the yoghurt and berries, and a lot of the time I will prepare it the night before. I would like to maintain healthy habits. I'll say that. I would like to still eat some breakfast. So what I've done is taken my example from this morning, that I didn't want like a bacon and egg sandwich. I wanted granola, yogurt and berries, but less. So I've done 25 grams of all bran or Tesco's high bran, and I've done some high protein yogurt and loads of those reduced raspberries. So tell me what your thoughts are on prepping food, or not prepping and responding to your hunger cues. Bearing in mind that once I start work, I'm not going to have a lot of time, although I'll probably have more time than most to come down and grab something. Not time, opportunity. I would have the opportunity to come down and grab something quick-ish throughout the morning. But let me know your thoughts on that, and my tea is ready. Tea's dished up 5 minutes after the last clip. So I've got some homemade chips. I've done them in weighed oil because I've made them, and I used 3 grams of oil. A Cajun chicken breast fillet from Aldi, and some cauliflower and broccoli. I should have got some fresh this morning, but I've plundered the mixed veg and got all the cauliflower and broccoli out because, as usual, I get sick of salad, so I really fancied some broccoli. I've got some of this chip shop curry because it did look a bit dry, chip shop curry sauce, but I think I am going to go back, when I've got a bit more time, I'm going to go back and look at all the sauces and see what different ones I can find. And then I've got this protein mousse out, the sort of caramel one. I'm not feeling too sure about it, to be honest, but I'm not feeling too sure whether I like it, whether I need it. But I'm going to take it in and I'm going to try a little bit, and maybe I won't eat all of it, or I'll put it back and change it for that fruit I had left over. Oh, and I've got a Tango strawberry smash. So if I do eat everything that you can see, including the mousse, it would be 588 calories. No, this is not for me. I've had about 5 teaspoons. When I got it out of the fridge, I just had a feeling that I wouldn't like it. So I'm going to weigh it to see how much I've roughly had. It's not going to be much. I mean, it's nice, it's sweet, it's light, it's airy, but I don't know if it's because I'm full or it's just not for me. But no, and you know I've got a sweet tooth. People who've watched me for a long time know. It's just, I can't describe what I don't like about it, but I'm not keen on it. So I'll adjust the calories in my app and come back and have a chat with you later. You might be able to hear Andrew's TikTok and the telly in the background. But I just wanted to say, it's 6:30. I feel just past pleasantly full. So I think for me, I probably need to reduce the portion before it goes on the plate, which is what I always did before Slimming World. Sorry, when I was doing Slimming World. So yeah, I feel just past. I don't feel absolutely stuffed, you know, like after a big Christmas dinner or something, but I feel just past pleasantly full. But I'm really pleased that I didn't eat all that mousse. I'm not the type of person who's able to leave a few mouthfuls of things. Like, I probably could have left a couple of mouthfuls of that wrap, especially the bread parts. But I probably could have left like some ripped off bits of the wrap. I'm just like sharing my feelings, what I feel. So I'm just wondering, do I try and teach myself to leave a couple of mouthfuls of things, or do I put a bit less on the plate to start with? A bit like kind of what I asked about the breakfast for tomorrow. And what I meant to say as well is what we are currently using to cook chips is just Asda olive oil, not extra virgin or anything like that, just olive oil. So that's what we're using at the moment. And also, if you've got any recommendations for sauces, not necessarily low calorie or healthy or anything like that, and not sweet chilli. I know everyone's going to say sweet chilli because it seems to be everywhere, but it's just not my thing. But what's your favourite sauce, condiment, dressing? Let me know. Oh, let me turn that off. I'm sort of very much half watching something about the 7/7 bombings, but I've kind of missed half of it. As you can see, we've got the tie box out. Peggy's in the garden, I think, but Charlie is having a brush. Peggy won't settle with me because Andrew's out watering his plants, but Charlie loves a brush. He can't decide what he wants to play with. Where's Peggy? Where is she? There she comes. Look, she's looking because Andrew's outside doing the plants. She's a bit more of a daddy's girl because she's had a lot more time with Andrew. Because Andrew changed his job just before Peggy was born, and he's looked after her at home a lot. Whereas I kind of I looked after Charlie when he was a puppy. Where's Charlie? Are you looking? Are you going to show people how nice you are? You just stood. Where's Peggy? Peggy! You gonna come? Peggy! Oh, Heidi Bo. She's looking for Andrew. You're not really playing, are we? You're just having a brush. Well, I don't know what's in that drawer. I mean, why do you think there's anything good in that drawer? Where have you gone, Peg? Oh, I see. It's this drawer. Do you want something like this? Do you? Gonna sit then? Charlie, sit. Good. Good. Another one each. Oh, Peggy. Greedy. Right, let's have a look what Mummy's eating, shall we? No, they're going back away in the drawer. Enough. Enough, all gone. So it's 8:10. I've given up with that 7/7 thing and I'm going to watch Long Lost Family. I beg your pardon. Charlie's like, what's all the fuss about? Anyway, sorry, battery warning. I'm going to watch Long Lost Family, the one about the abandoned babies. I'm going to have one of these jelly and custard pots, being that I didn't finish my dessert earlier. I'm going to have the rest of the fruit, the nectarine, the plum. I've just added a few grapes and a red thunder. It's something like 140 calories or something for all that, or 150 calories, I've forgotten now. But we'll do a little roundup and the screen recording just as before I end the vlog. Good evening. It is 10:05. I'm ready for bed again. So this is the last clip. Really enjoyed that jelly and custard and that bit of fruit, and I haven't thought once about chocolate or crisps. Just haven't thought about it, apart from obviously telling you that I've not had anything. No, I was satisfied with that. Obviously it is still sweet, but I think that's, I don't know, I think that's just how I am. I've got a very sweet tooth. I always go for something sweet over. It's very rare that I would choose a packet of crisps or something over something sweet. Anyway, I enjoyed what I had and I didn't want anything else. The dogs are tired. We've had a bit of a play and give them a brush. I'm tired. I've got work tomorrow. I'm going to keep vlogging, but it may be that some of the days run together if they're a bit shorter. Because obviously working full time, there's not as much opportunity to vlog, and you know, we go on the same walk every morning, but we do try and vary it on an evening. So we'll just see how we go. But I am using this as my symptom diary as well. I never got round to buying a diary or like a diary to write in, or a notebook. So, well, I do have a notebook, but anyway, I'll see. Sorry, I'm rambling. So, the summary for today is I have eaten 1,400 calories and I have done 7,600 steps. So I'll put the screen recording on next. If you've got any positive feedback, or if you'd like to tell me what you think to these videos in a positive and reinforcing way, then please do feel free. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but if you're gonna leave, not a negative comment, but if you're going to leave like some sort of review comment, like about me not looking at the camera, something like that's not going to change. It never has changed. I find it hard to direct my eye to the camera. But anyway, let's do that screen recording and get to bed.